name's John. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so pleasure to meet you as well.
Great, and how are you today?
I'm full of beans.
Good, good. Glad to hear it. Great. Well, since this is our first lesson together, do you want to begin with some introductions?
Please, of course.
Great. Do you want me to go first, or would you like to start?
Would you like me to start? It would be my pleasure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, my name is Shanu, and I'm from India, basically from New Delhi. And for you can say what I'm doing. I'm a like college student, and I'm in my first year. And my majors are English Lit and history. And in my free time, I love to being out in nature, listening chirping of birds, and I love to stick with the silence of books.
Great, great. That's good.
Most
Yes,
of
I'm the same. I like to read a lot as well. Yeah.
Yeah, most of time I like to be, I'm an a voracious reader, so most of time, for me, reading is so gratifying. Yeah, in a less time, and I can get many more things rather than going with like listening or something another thing. I can do it, and it can be very convenient for me. I can read like two times, three times as much as I want, and I can keep understand and one of best thing I always read with contemplation.
Definitely. Oh, that's great, great. So, why did you decide to study English Lit and History?
Why did I start? You can say English literature. I'm so passionate about English language from my childhood. From my childhood, I love to talk in English and learn English. So you can say it is a so gratifying for me. I really enjoyed like learning English. Yeah, and that's why I choose English lit. And if you wanna know about, I would surely go with like English. But the thing is that the course after intermediate level education, like English honors, like that one is not in my university, like regional university. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why, like I have to, along with history, I have to take my subject. Like I have to add one more subject. It means I will there are no chances to go with only with English, English honors. If I had English honors, it would be all subject English, related to English literature. But I can say that is also literature now, but along with history, like history also. And I find it really history also intriguing to explore about how we live in ancient times, how we come in existence. So these type of things about culture, about different things and their policies. That's it.
I see. Great. Oh, that's excellent. Thank you. Yes. Great. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about myself now. So, yes, my name is
Yeah,
John.
and I forget.
Um,
Sorry to interrupt you. I
hmm,
forget to tell you one more thing about my genre of reading books. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, in my favorite genre of reading books, always first one priority is philosophy,
Oh, great. Okay. Yes,
and
me too. Yes.
yeah, and second one is you can say self-help, and like sometime rarely I like to read fiction also, but so rarely. But I really enjoy like fiction, but sometime rarely, cause
Yes.
I'm into
Actually,
philosophy.
yes. Actually, I am very similar. I also don't read very much fiction.
Hmm.
I'm trying to read more, actually, because I feel like I should have a greater familiarity with novels, literature, and so on. But to be honest, most of the time, yes, I prefer to read philosophy or some other related things like sometimes theology, sometimes anthropology, but yeah, those kinds of things, and history as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, okay, excellent, excellent. And do you have any favorite philosophers?
Exactly. One of my favorite is J. Krishnamurti.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that philosopher.
Yeah, that is you can say is from India, like South India, and
Hmm.
about when he was 13 something, like the Theosophical Society of India something, uh,
Oh,
proclaim that like that person will be the like present Buddha something. They give them like that like title something when he was 13, and his teaching you can say not for as a perspective for Western or not for like Eastern. Is all his study about everything what he's telling in his like lectures about like human being that's the thing.
hmm, I see. And what is his name again?
J. Krishnamurti, like J, you can write J and Krishnamurti.
Ah, okay, yes.
Yeah, and
Oh,
one
thank
book,
you, yes.
The First and Last Freedom, like which one I have recently read it.
Ah, okay. Right, thank you, yes. I'll have to take a look at that later, yes.
Of course, you will. You can.
Thank you, yes. Great, well, yes, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So, yes, my name is John. I come from England, but nearly 3 years ago I moved to Mexico, and now I live in the capital, Mexico City. Obviously, I teach English online for a living, and yes, in my spare time, I mostly enjoy reading. And as I said, it's usually philosophy and related things. And also, obviously, I'm trying to learn Spanish. Not very well, to be honest. I'm finding it quite difficult, but I'm trying. Yeah, that's about it.
That's cool. I like it. Wonderful.
Excellent. Great. Well, it says on your request that you want to do a daily news article today. Is that right?
Uh, I would like to tell you, uh, I would like to, skip that one and continue with here, just as we are.
Perfect. Yes, of course.
Like free talk, I mean to say.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yes. Great. So, what have you been reading in your course so far?
I'm reading about in history, like most of about like Mughal Empire, like Mughal invasion in India.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and like there is a, you can say about Indian like Indian king also these type of thing, and like last time like some like in last semester one of my best thing I have read about the Alexandra.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I see. And what do you think of that?
About Alexandra,
Hmm.
in a nutshell, I can say he has the courage to conquer the world. But I
Hmm.
can see, tell that thing, your time is limited. Your time is limited. So at that time,
Very true.
yeah, he conquer like most of us. But when he see, like he didn't conquer like much. He's thinking like if we like conquer the India. There is even mountain that one in English also say that like same thing in that English movie I have watched like Hindu Kush Parvat, Hindu Kush Parvat.
Okay.
Yeah, they are thinking if we reach here, world is in your hand. Like he promised to his army person. So they after some time they come agree on that, and when they come India they face a lot of problem, and in the end he finally died by some you can say like Indian mosquitoes also.
Oh, really? Okay.
he becomes
Mm-hmm.
ill at that time.
Right, I see. I see. Mm-hmm.
And he also tell the one thing I would like to share, um, like like it doesn't matter how much do you have, like even he tell to his told to his like fellow, like do something these things for me, like when I am, like when you will take my body, like corpse, so at that time, the wealth I have, please lay down in my path, like where from you will take my body to the cremation land. Yeah, so it shows that it doesn't matter, like these are materialistic things, nothing is your own. uh,
Mm.
you have to use it as long as you live, and after that nothing is your own, so don't hold so much, like just be simply. And he say also like he he asked to come like world best doctor,
Mm-hmm.
even when the death comes, best doctor can't do anything.
Mm. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. And it's interesting because, many traditions of thinking, including religions, say something similar, right? They
Mm-hmm.
say that basically, in the end, we don't have any control over our fate. So we have to learn to accept it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, the Stoics said this, and various other groups said similar things. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
as you suggested, this is similar teachings in most world religions.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with the general idea, but it runs into a certain difficulty, which is how are we supposed to relate to our own health? So it is true, even if we have the best doctors, we could die, and we don't know when. But it is also true that human beings today live a lot longer than they did 10,000 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, so, 10,000 years ago, the human lifespan was about 30 years.
30 years.
Roughly 30 years, yes, 30 to 40 years was the
Mm-hmm.
average lifespan for a human being 10,000 years ago. In the modern world right now, the average lifespan is something like 70 to 80.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it changes from country to country.
Mm-hmm.
So, Russia has quite a low age of expectancy. I think the average age of a Russian is they die, I think, 65.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Japan, they live very old. They live to like the age of 86 or something. Yes. But in general, the whole world today lives a lot longer than they used to, a long time ago. So that means we do have some control over our life. Just a little bit, but we do have some control. But then the real problem is, how do we deal with that personally, individually? How much effort should I make to try and make my life longer? And how much should I just leave to the fate of the universe? It's very difficult to decide.
Exactly, it is music to my ears.
Good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's a difficult position that we all face. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is that one of that thing I have learned from that book, uh, about that, like we put that as you can say last, like we will face when it will come.
Mhm.
Yeah, and even when we are dying, we suffer a lot. Why we are dying? Like even I have nothing. Like I just lost my life. Uh, so we have to die every day, like every single day.
Mhm.
In this sense, the thing is different, it's about how we get that thing, understand. And in this sense, the meaning is here, what are you doing, our whole life depend on like gathering knowledge, gathering another thing from another person experience, these type of things our life like will go on. Yeah, and there is a one point will come this phenomena about this thing will be end you will have to you can't learn more and that thing, and you have to be accept that thing because your time is limited. Then when you'll have to like leave your body. uh, so uh, at that for these things, like just suppose if you are writing a book, like writing a book, and like that will uh, like uh, like you have written like two books of your five books of your series, like one is remaining. So if you say to that, please wait, I have to write that one, but that will not wait. So it means that you suffer not from that, you suffer from that cause you think I have to do that thing, I have to do that thing, like that is mine, that is mine, but nothing is your mind. Like even your body is not your mind. So how can you say like your name is not in mind, it is given by another person. So it means that we have to be practiced to die every day. It means like detachment. Yeah, I will do everything, but as you know, have you heard about like lotus?
No, I haven't. No.
Like there is a metaphor here, or like ancient legendary story, and even Buddha say that thing. Like lotus, blossom in like mud.
Mm-hmm.
The mud, as you call it, like completely like dirty, like grumpy, filthy. But the nature of lotus, you can say you will fall in love with that. Like that is completely neat and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fragrance is so amazing. Even where it is surrounded by like bog, like mud. So I thought
Right.
no word I can say. You can easily understand what I mean to say.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's a lovely metaphor of the lotus. Yes, I like that. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay,
That's
so
great.
I am having one question to you. So if you
Sure.
have do you have children?
I don't have children now.
You are married?
I am married, yes.
Okay. So when did you marry?
We got married just over 2 years ago.
Okay. Oh, so my question is that it will be in future, like it will take time, yeah,
Hmm.
to have children. Am I right? So
Sure.
I want to know what three pieces of advice you will give your children.
Ooh, wow, that's a
Mm.
good question. Yeah, that's great. So, I think, first of all, I would like to say that I think giving advice is itself a difficult thing. But not because it is difficult to think of good lessons, but rather because it's difficult to receive advice. Because throughout my life, several people have given me advice. They've told me, how I could live better, but I could never understand the advice until I made the mistake myself. And then I'm like, that's what I should have done. But when I heard the words didn't mean anything to me until I had the experience. So I'm trying to think of a good example. Well, let me start by saying maybe my first piece of advice to a child, if I had one, would be to take risks. To be willing to do something, even if it's scary, because they'll learn more through trying and failing than doing nothing. So for me, that would probably be the advice I'd most want to give them. However, I know that that is a difficult piece of advice to learn, and I'm not sure they could understand it fully. So maybe the difficulty I would have would be trying to not tell them the words, but trying to give them the right experience. So what I mean by that is, if I saw that they had a talent and passion for something, like art or music or something, but if they felt nervous and scared to do it, I would try and encourage them, try and support them, trying to make them have the confidence to do it. And then when they find difficulty or failure or any other kind of obstacle to the progress, at that moment I'd try to then give them the resources to learn from that. And then hopefully by experiencing that early in their life, they would really get the advice. Only through that experience would they understand the advice, I think. But that would be really difficult to do. So yeah, I think that would be my main concern. Yeah.
Okay. Like you would like to add one here, or like one is enough?
One is enough, I think. And how
Okay.
about you? What advice would you give?
What advice I give? Like if I am having the children, you know what advice I give? To know the importance of every moment, to live it as like YOLO, to live every minute of it. It means that live like a live, like live like a, as you know, live has a like time, like at one time that leaf will be shine, like shinier. After some time, it will die. So just live a life, like live. Don't hold things too much, and accept it. Uh, just suppose if you have problem in life, just accept it. Don't consider as problem apart from life. Even problem are your own. So accept it. Just your part. Not no worries, no biggie. Just accept it. If you accept it, I want to say them anything. Like if they want to overcome anything, like anything, I can say just see like aware and like be conscious about that thing. Be conscious and understand that fully. And if you
Yes.
yeah, and if you want to make one like world better, so start from your own. Even with the relationship, like how are you behaving with your brother, how are you behaving with your parents. In that way, it is you are going to be, like make world better. I don't recommend them to love like each other. You know that would be, you can say, I will give advice, but I would like to know them like how can we how can we like enjoy with life with love. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a really important idea. Again, I think it's difficult for someone to be able to understand what that would mean without experiencing it themselves.
Mhm.
So, I think when I was younger,
Mhm.
I wouldn't really be able to understand that idea. But, I think some experiences, like, for instance, very simple things like having health difficulties. If you are sick for a long time, then when you're healthy again, all of a sudden, yes, you appreciate every moment as being beautiful and something to grasp and hold. But if you've never been really, really sick, or if you've never had any difficulties, then it's hard to appreciate that, because
But there is
then you
one
just
thing.
take life for granted.
One thing I would like to, you know, you have to be, like grateful when you have everything. You know, we say that ultimate, like infinite power, like God and another things. But I would like to say here, we have to be like being aware about that thing, about consciousness, about that infinite power. Like when we have everything, when we are like completely happy or everything, then we can do better. But not in like when you are having sorrow. But like most of people remember, like recall that thing, when they are in like sorrow something.
Yes. well, I'm afraid we've run out of time already, but thank you for an excellent discussion today. It was a lot of fun. So, well, enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully we'll speak again soon.
Of course, and the last one question that is not on my mind for a longer time.
Okay.
If you have to give me any, it doesn't matter. Like I like philosophical words also. If you have any philosophical words, which definition you like most, I would be happy if you give me that one word. And even if you not have any like philosophy, you can give me from English like your favorite word, which you can say most like. What word pops into your mind?
The first thing that pops into my mind, oof, that's difficult. Lots of things, but I guess Montaigne. Michel de Montaigne, a French essayist.
Okay, would you like it? So what does it mean?
So Michel de Montaigne, he wrote essays. I'll just put his name in here.
Okay, that is a person.
And he wrote a very interesting essay on learning how to die.
How to? Pardon me, please.
How to die.
How to die?
Yes, because just as you were saying, we die every day. And Montaigne was saying that is traditionally what philosophy was about, learning to die. So I thought that was an excellent essay. But yes, we have to go, so goodbye. See you next time.
You will be my philosophy teacher.
Okay.